the success in your marriage is something I always admired. And the other thing that I like is that you guys take this trip on the boat. And I think
it's interesting.
Yeah, and I think it's Andy's mom, right? That had the boat. And she and her husband did that.
Yeah.
Before you guys, right?
Actually, Andy's mom has been single basically since I've known her.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. So what was unique about her mom was a world history teacher.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
She was a teacher for both of us in high school. So we went to school.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Fun.
Yeah.
So, Andy, she was a year older than me in school.
Mm-hmm.
And how we got together, she was a cheerleader. Mm-hmm. And our school was so small that a lot of the classes combined. So there would be freshmen and sophomores in the same class. And so I had a class with a couple of her friends that were cheerleaders. And I was helping them in math or something. So the end of my freshman year in school, we're outside or whatever, and I'm helping one of her friends get ready for the algebra test or whatever, the final or whatever. Yeah. And Andy came by and her friend introduced me to her. Now, she knew who I was. I knew who she was. We met like in 4th grade out on the playground years before that. Yeah. But we really didn't know each other. But what was interesting, Andy just thought, wow, that's a nice guy. He's helping my friend. Yep. That was her impression. Mm-hmm. So the next year, Andy is in class. She's a junior now. I'm a sophomore, and my sister was a senior, and Andy and my sister were in a class together.
Oh, wow.
So you know how you had high school yearbooks and stuff? Yeah, I gave my sister the yearbook and asked her to have all the people that I knew in her class, sign it. Okay. So Andy puts a message in my yearbook.
Really?
Still have the yearbook, too. I could actually snap
You
a
still
photo.
have that?
Oh, yeah. Have them all. But she just wrote a note in there that it was just said some nice things about me. Mm-hmm. And then the final line on that was, and I can just tell you make a great first impression. So now me as a sophomore, I'm like, wow.
Oh, check this out.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
I think maybe there's something here. So next thing, I don't have a driver's license. She does. Uh-huh. And I talked to a friend of mine. I'm like, I need to ask her out on a date. Yeah. So this is 1977, right?
Right.
So I had to convince a friend who had a girlfriend that had a car to do a double date.
Okay.
So that we could go on a date. And then it was in the winter. So and then he got grounded. So like the date was going to be canceled if we didn't figure out what to go on. So we talked his 2 younger brothers into lying to their parents for us, saying they're going to go on a camp out. Now it's October and cold. Mm-hmm. And so no kidding. We all go up into the woods and put his 2 younger brothers in a tent.
Really?
Yes. And then we went on the date.
Wow.
And the brothers are out camping until we're done with this date.
And they didn't care?
No. Okay. It was just a small town. And I'm like, man, if they hadn't agreed to do that, who knows what would have happened. But our first date was Walt Disney's Herbie Goes to Monte Carlo at the local theater, which was a one.
That's the
Volkswagen
Bug
that talked. Yeah.
Is that like a sequel?
Big power date.
Is that like a sequel? One of the sequel movies to Herbie Goes Bananas, right?
Yeah. They were all during that time. But anyway, we started dating, and her mom was my teacher that year.
Okay.
And so I joke with her mom because her mom is actually single. Mm-hmm. And I tell her even now, I say, you have to be nice to me. I'm the longest lasting male relationship you've ever had. Uh-huh. But we've been together and done a lot of things together. Both Andy has got along very well with my family and vice versa with us.